Hello everyone, it's Julian from BD Cosmos, and we have returned to discuss about 5 more books that we recommend you guys subscribing to. So, as always, this is Julian over at BD Cosmos, and we're using Managed Comics 2.0 over on bdcosmos.com. So you can click this little link here right here, and then you can look over the March 2022 solicitations. So these are books that are releasing theoretically in May of 2022. So as a retailer and a long-time subscriber of comic books for over 30 years now, here are 5 superhero-themed comic books that I think I'm really excited to see more about, and I think these are series that you as a reader may enjoy reading. So up first, we have the brand new quotation mark Fantastic Four. So this is the second Fantastic Four that appeared, I believe, in just a single issue, which is Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, the Hulk. This was right after Heroes Reborn or Heroes Return, one or the other, I don't recall. But the most important thing about this is that it's Peter David who's writing it. So if you have been enjoying Peter David's work on Symbiote Spider-Man or Maestro or something else that he's done, Arg, there's been another series recently that was really exciting to read about. So in any event, so Peter David has been working back on really on new stories set in old settings. So the Symbiote Spider-Man is set in the early 80s. And then the Maestro is set in the 90s, I believe. Not 100% certain. In any event, so they're taking old characters in old settings and adding new stories for those characters. So this is a new one for the Fantastic Four, the new one. The main cover is Nick Bradshaw, but I don't remember who's doing interior arts on this particular series. I'm kind of excited to read more from Peter David on doing these kinds of old school slash stories, and they've been doing really well for us, both on our eBay store, both in store subscribers. So yeah, why wouldn't I promote a new Fantastic Four? And it's often enough with characters that a lot of people just enjoy independently, be it the Hulk, Spider-Man, or Wolverine. And even now, Ghost Rider with his 50th anniversary happening, it seems like a perfect fit for a lot of different readers to be able to jump on to this 5-part miniseries. Next up, this is straight after Justice League 75, the end of that ongoing series. I believe that was volume 4, I think. And so Road to Dark Crisis, which is the next big Phil Kennedy Johnson's... Is it Phil Joshua Williamson? Oh, it's Joshua Williamson. Big event for 2022. It's a new crisis. And the Dark Crisis will fix all the supposed plans that they had put in place for 5G, which became Future State and an Infinite Frontier, and then fixing elements from metal and death metal all into one cohesive story. So this Road to Dark Crisis not only is probably a key story to be able to read from readers straight out of Justice League, but anyone who wants to prepare for the main story that's coming out of Dark Crisis later this year. So it'll be this book, and there'll also be the free comic book they issued that I will have stacks of, make it ready for lots of people to be able to read and know more about. I liken this much to Jed McKay's Timeless #1, which introduced a lot of point of view of what's going to happen in 2022 for the Marvel. So I believe, and I could be mistaken, but I believe that Road to Dark Crisis, as it's being written by multiple different writers, we're all doing different little things about the characters leading up to Dark Crisis. This may be a key issue for you guys not to miss out on what's happening for DC in 2022. Furthermore, Captain America, Symbol of Truth. So right after Captain America 0, we've got the first of 2 ongoing series, which this one's particular to Sam Wilson. So Tochi Onyebuki was doing the storyline on the Sam Wilson, so a black creator forwarding the the Black Captain America. And again, if you've watched Captain America and Winter Soldier late in 2021, this is the series for you if you enjoyed Sam Wilson as the new Captain America. It is the same costume because in the end they chose to run with the costume that Rick Remender created for Sam Wilson Captain America. So very excited for this. Not only that, but I also am really excited for the interior arts from R.B. Silva. I've seen a lot of fantastic covers and him doing interior arts. It is a painstaking amount of work. And his art is fantastic. I'm really excited for this brand new Captain America series, and I'm hoping that next month we'll see the Steve Rogers Captain America series. After this, it's not a number one, but it kinda is. Fables. Bill Willingham finally returns to the series that he ended with 150 of Fables, is now continuing straight up with Fables 151. So my hope is he's going to run this all the way to 300 for Fables, and I wish it for him if that's ended up being the case. But Fables was a super acclaimed and well done series of a fantasy setting series playing off of a lot of the grim fairy tales. And so I mean it says a 12 issue arc. I hope it continues after 12. It all depends on sales, right? And Billy Willingham willingness to work on the product itself. But it is a 12-parter. You don't necessarily need to read all 150 issues before that, and it's just a brand new character, which I believe is is it mentioned here? I know in the DC Connect it mentions specifically the new character, Jack the Green. In any event, I'm really excited for the return of Fables. We have, I actually need to restock the Fables Compendiums edition. So there are 4 volumes, if I'm not mistaken, 35 issues each, for all 150 issues. Sorry about that. So really excited for the return of Fables in the 12-parter, especially when mentioning it is the 20th anniversary of the series. So yeah. Fables 151, great jumping on point if you like that kind of fantasy, high fantasy, no, not fantasy, grim fairy tale fantasies. And then the final book, also in the fantasy kind of setting, the all new, all different, all dangerous, Savage Avengers returns. So after 28 issues of the ongoing series of Savage Avengers, we ended, and we're getting a new volume of Savage Avengers. So I'm really excited to get a completed edition or omnibus or something for some people to pick up the entirety of original run of Savage Avengers. And I'm going to pitch this the exact same way I pitched the last one. It was a super success. It's Conan and your favorite Marvel superhero. And this time we have, I'm going to admit, it's not the top of the line superheroes, but it's a lot of superheroes or characters that they can use right now. And then the mixture of both will be very interesting. So we've got Conan with still Daredevil, still Natasha... Elektra Natsushos, who is now still Daredevil instead of Elektra. We've got the Black Knight. We've got Anti-Venom, which I believe is Flash Thompson from where it ended with Extreme Carnage. We've got Cloak and Dagger. We've got Weapon H, who is the clone of Wolverine and Hulk into one character. And then the villain seems to be a Deathlock, from my understanding of the series. But then again, Deathlocks are being used also in Avengers Forever as the soldiers of the Avengers of Tomorrow, the Avenger Prime. So I'm very curious to see what this this Deathlok has to do with it. Nevertheless, it is Conan and his hijinks. Well, not his hijinks, but the hijinks of all these Marvel superheroes that have to deal with him at the same time. So again, it was dark and gritty the first one, and then it became, well, it remained dark and gritty the entire run, but there was certainly lots of laughter, and everyone who read the original series loved it. Well, almost everyone. I think we had some drop offs throughout the series, but almost everyone who told me specifically, it's like, yeah, this was the highlight of my reading of the new comic books I was reading this week. And so I am really excited about the return of Savage Avengers. I'm really excited for a lot of people to pick up Savage Avengers in the future. And yeah, it's another series I'll be happy to do on back issues for a long time. Again, it is Conan and your favorite Marvel superhero together again. And then for our obligatory trade paperback this month, I am actually going to cheat and give you 3 because they're all floppies. They're all soft cover trade paperbacks, and they're all small stories. The first one is King of Spies from Mark Miller. We're currently on issue 3 of King of Spies. The pitch of King of Spies is essentially it is James Bond at the end of his days. He's got 6 months left to live, and he is going to right all of his wrongs, and because he knows where all the bodies are at, and he's going to fix every mistake he's done or that the British government has forced him to do. And now while he's out there correcting all the mistakes, the government is sending everyone to stop him, including his son. Cloaked from Mike Richardson is a very interesting and dark take on the Batman-esque story of a vigilante taking out in 20 years prior the streets filled with the gangs and mobs and whatnot. And so in this story, 20 years later, the cloak mysteriously disappeared, and a rich person who decides to wants to know more what exactly happened to the character to begin with. And as the private investigator investigates what happened to the cloak character, everything goes against him. And there are so many, and the police are investigating the investigator. And so it's been honestly another series that every single time I pick it up, I'm just mesmerized at. I'm very excited to read the end of the story. And so just like the previous trade, I highly recommend Cloaked. And then finally, Dark Ages from Tom Taylor, which is, again, Tom Taylor, so many things that he's been writing currently, mostly for DC because he's signed an exclusive contract, but Dark Ages that he prepared back during the pandemic in 2020 is a 6-part series. It is fantastic. There is rumors that Marvel's sales of the Dark Ages has gone so well that they're going to spin out the entire world that he created for them into a new potential universe. It is really rich and flavorful as a universe in which there is a constant EMF field preventing new technology to be built at all. And so and then the either heroes and villains have ganged together to survive and save what's left of humanity at the same time as this. And then people are grouping themselves together throughout the different continents, and with one of the continents being the villain continent. So it's very interesting. Has a brand new takes on lots of different characters. It is out of continuity completely. It is a different universe entirely, and honestly, every single issue has been a hit. So I highly recommend picking up the Dark Ages trade paperback as you pre-order right here. Yeah, so that's it. So we've looked at 5 different superhero books for the month of March solicitations. So if there's any of these 5 books that you're interested in, like Savage Avengers, Fables, Captain America, Symbol of Truth, Justice League, Road to Dark Crisis, and of course, new Fantastic Four, please go ahead and subscribe to the series in your Managed Comics account. If you're only interested in trying it out, please pre-order a specific issue and that you can just add to your series. But be aware that the Marvel books, their FOC dates for the following issues are always after they are before the release of the number one. So FOC for number 2 of New Fantastic Four will be before even number 2 comes out. The number 1 comes out. So it is, if you're willing to take the risk that we cannot increase orders after the fact, that's perfectly okay. We just cannot guarantee it. It's simple as that. But otherwise, if you subscribe to the series, we will make sure that you will get your books. And if you pre-order and want to add it, we will do our best to help you out, of course. Anyways, that's it for me. For once more, look at top 10 books to subscribe to. We looked at indie books and we looked at Marvel DC superhero titles that are theoretically releasing in March 2022. If there were any series that you feel we should have been commenting on instead of these 10, feel free to let us know down below in the comments and we can discuss it all together. If you have a friend who is also interested in picking up what books that he may or may not want to pick up reading, maybe they're interested in something totally different from Marvel, DC, or from the independent scene, please share them this video at least, so that they can get an idea of what one retailer thinks or one reader thinks would be interesting for the month of May 2022. As of course, we will see each other real soon for more new YouTube media from BD Cosmos, and as always, keep reading.